There's an old saying in Alcoholics Anonymous that says there's no attaboys just for being good. In other words, you don't get to claim victimhood because you're an addict. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. We're going to go over some of the excuses given for Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's crackhead son, who's they're trying to make out to be some kind of a victim.
This is not about Biden pardoning his son. This is about him lying to the American people.
And that's really what this is about. That lady, I found her on TikTok, but it really is. Biden, no one cares about Hunter Biden's victimhood. They're just lying to you. This is whatever excuse they could find to try and justify the embarrassment of Biden pardoning his crackhead son.
His entire party been lying to y'all for 50 plus years. Can y'all talk about that without having to bring up Trump's name?
Oh yeah, they didn't just start lying. They've been lying. Joe Biden's been lying his entire career. They lied about Joe Biden being sharp as a tack and fast when he first ran in 2020 and saying, oh, he couldn't campaign. Oh, his problem wasn't he was too old or because he was decrepit. They lied about his past. They lied about Ukraine. Burisma, his involvement with Ukraine, his involvement with China, his son and brother peddling his name, his son's entire laptop. The FBI lied to you about it. Journalists lied to you about it. Basically, wherever the Bidens go, there's just a giant pack of lies surrounding them like satellites.
My poor sister's life got completely blown up by this thing, by this addiction, to the point where she ultimately, once the family sort of tried to let her have a hard love, a tough love period where we weren't helping her out of the jams that she was creating, found herself in the throes of the criminal law. She had to get a public defender. She had to handle the penalty. She didn't go to jail or anything like that, but it remained a mark on her record forever. And no one gives a damn that you were addicted. No one cares about that backstory I just gave to you.
So that's how the rest of the world has to deal with addictions. I had two grandpas went through Alcoholics Anonymous, okay? There was no victimhood, no poor you, and by the way, no pardons from the state. No such thing. But on Hunter, and by the way, Hunter is still going to be a crackhead even after he's been pardoned. So about 20 minutes after his pardon's up, he'll be right back to the snow. I hope that's not true. I'm only saying I know addicts. Okay, people who are addicts, you know, I deal with tobacco. People who are addicts, getting a pardon, doing them favors, treating them with kid gloves is not a help. It is not a favor. They're not victims and you're not helping them.
Talking about fatherly love. There are plenty of kids that are locked up and in jail, and their fatherly love is not going to release them, okay?
Every father loves his son, even the ones that are drug addicts. So don't give me this Biden has a unique love for his son. Everyone loves their kid. And I love my kid too, even when I would allow the authorities to prosecute him. You know, if it's his fault. If he's a criminal, he's not a victim. If he's a drug addict, he's not a victim. If he breaks the law, he's not a victim. If he lies, he's not a victim. You don't get an excuse by claiming victimhood for taking hardcore drugs. And by the way, Hunter getting his sister-in-law, Beau Biden, the widow, getting hearsed on crack too. That's how Democrats really treat women. That's the pro-woman party again. He went after a woman, had an affair with her, got her to help cover up all of that's all the codependent behavior associated with addiction.
And stop talking about Hunter Biden as if he's like a troubled teenage son. He's 54 years old, okay?
Yeah, he's a grown man. He could be a grandpa at that age. So quit treating him like a baby and a child. And he's been treated this way, this rich, elite criminal. He has committed thousands of crimes and he gets away with it. And the rest of us, you know, if I cheat on my taxes once, I'd have the IRS down my throat like that. They'd point guns at me. They throw you in jail. They give you fines and charge interest. And for all the preaching against guns of Papa Biden and the Democrat Party and about paying your taxes and all this stuff that Hunter would get away with it, I don't buy it. Democrats are lying to us, lying to you. They do not care. Just laugh in their face when they pretend to care.
So fuck you, Joe Biden, and your sob story about your rich, spoiled presidential kid, Hunter Biden, and how he's been singled out. Because I know I speak for millions of people who have an addict in their family who did something they're not proud of, who could never get out from under it.
And now it's time to address the other addicts in the room and quit treating them like victims. And that is Democrat voters who supported Harris and Biden. I'm not going to treat you with kid gloves just because you're an addict, your secular progressive religion. It's your fault. You're stupid for voting for them. You're stupid for supporting them. You're stupid for being a sucker and believing all these lies. I'm not going to treat you like a child and a victim anymore. You're not a victim. You should know better. You're stupid.
We have no sympathy for you, Hunter Biden, and even less for you, Joe Biden, because you enabled all of it.
And this is a massive enabling when you try to show kid gloves to these people, to addicts, like Democrats, like imbeciles, self-imposed stupidity. We enable them. So let's not enable them. Start calling it out, calling what it is. Hunter Biden and all these addicts, drug addicts, you guys, you know, if I get hooked on drugs, I don't expect any mercy from anyone. I would crash my family into the ground and I would get no break because I'm not some senator's son, as CCR used to sing. I'm Doug in Exile.